Okay, this is day 36, part 2. I'm going to re-record this Anthony Weiner video here. I apologize that this video got cut short. So basically what I said in the last video is this is all about information for pay-to-play. This information down here in DC, all these committees is, if you can get it to the Clinton Foundation or some other repository in New York, you can get pay-to-play money. Obviously, Wall Street speeches and so forth. So that's, I think everybody's familiar with that whole process. Charles Rotel and Peter Schweitzer, all these experts about how this pay-to-play is utilized. So I'm really focusing more on how did it get from DC to New York. I talked about the Schumer being kind of like this. I think he came up as a congressman in Brooklyn before he became a senator, and then Anthony Weiner was that protege in Brooklyn, I think, coming up through there. Can't remember exactly if that was exactly Schumer was New York 9 as well, but New York 9 is kind of this, SAIU power center in Brooklyn. And the system put in place here is obviously between Schumer and Hillary is Huma and Anthony to come to Washington. Anthony handles Congress in 1999. Huma is handling, and Cheryl Mills also plays this role, handles and I'm talking about spying, handles getting information out of the State Department. So between the two of these, if you get that and also CENTCOM, which is going to be the Petraeus angle in here, but I'm not going to put that in here just yet. You've got all this information being collected in DC. You need to spy, you need to dope the BlackBerries. That's how it's done. You need to also get into the email. That's mainly how it's done through the BlackBerries, and then get that information to New York for the pay-to-play. Very simple. What happens, though, is this Weiner, his little Dumbo drops that he does with his friends, gets discovered. They try to soft shoe the thing into Anthony's a weirdo, and it works for the most part. I think most of the American public has bought that story. It wasn't, this group rape thing. It was just Anthony Weiner. And they have to pick a successor. Well, you'd normally go for the underlings of who works for him. Well, you can't use Huma in the Congress. She's already over at the State Department. You can't use Philippe. He's already at CENTCOM. So the other one is Imran. So Imran gets the call to become kind of the new Huma to fulfill Anthony Weiner's role here. Now, Imran not being, a citizen or born in the United States, you need some kind of cover. And so that's where W. Wasserman Schultz comes in. So Mike Kempner here, through Anthony Weiner, makes, and Terry McAuliffe to a certain degree, makes W. Wasserman Schultz kind of this other half, kind of splits Anthony Weiner into two. One, a public face, which is Schultz. The other one is Imran Awan. And because they're boyfriend-girlfriend, or at least they have had relationships at some time in the past, and they share a blood relative, I believe, in Florida, it kind of replaces Anthony Weiner in 2011. This is when Imran forms that corporation, New Dawn Corporation, 2011, or 2001, but he forms it July 2011, right after Anthony Weiner leaves Congress. So, but there is problems here, and I call it the Schumer-Weiner effect, which is, well, first we want to do all the Black Caucus. We want to spy on all of them for all the port cities and so forth. So we own the port business. It starts in Brooklyn, but then it moves out to, Florida, and then moves to LA, moves to Seattle over time. Then and also airports, of course, Anthony Carson with Indianapolis Airport, Greg Meeks with JFK, etc. Minneapolis, Keith Ellison, and you go down the list. But then, well, let's do all the Democratic caucus. Let's do all the Democrats. This is the 150 phone CDW thing. Then, well, we better do everybody on the key committee. So we better do the Republicans as well. This is going to be the theft of the 20 thefts are going to be from committee members, I believe, that were on these committees that were the Republicans on these key committees. Then, if you let this go, and I'm not saying it's here yet, I'm going to put a question mark by the all. Are all the committees bugged? Is the whole Senate, is the whole House, for that matter, to have dope phones with the? You remember the House has a Verizon store in the basement of it, and then AT&T, and that's where they're selling the dope phones. Are all of them doped, or most of them doped? I don't know. And then the other question I've got is the Senate. So I just want to say that this creates tension, though, because here you are, W. Wasserman Schultz. Hey, we're running this spy ring. We're getting all this information. Do we have to send it all all of it to CF? Do all of it go to Clinton Foundation? And this is where you get Huma saying, hey, what's going on here? There's people withholding information from Hillary. What's going on here? Because if Debbie Wasserman Schultz continually always is just a handmaiden for Hillary, she's never going to get any power here. So now you're going to see some interplay and intrigue between the Schultz camp and the Hillary camp. Is Debbie Wasserman Schultz going to be a member of this? Every once in a while, you're going to see a leak from Hillary to take Schultz down a couple of pegs. Every once in a while, you're going to see a leak from Debbie Wasserman Schultz to take down Hillary. Now, I'm not saying that's the first leak and the second leak in the DNC leaks, but there's the motivation. There's the motivation. And guess what? Eric Braverman's going to play a part. We're going to get to that. I know it's a long time to get Braverman back into the game, but this says it's recording, so I'm going to try to upload it. All of these have said they're 5-6 minutes long, so I don't know why they're getting cut off at 1 minute.